What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Matt Worthington here with another apartment locating video for y'all. This one is a live apartment locating call. I'm about to call the client right now. I'm not doing any edits. I'm just going to record it from start to finish. So without further ado, I'm going to call my client Alex, and you guys can listen in to exactly what I say and how the conversation goes. So let's do it. Let me dial this up and let's rock and roll. Hey, is this Alex?
This is Alex. Is this Matt?
Yeah, it sure is. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for filling out the form online and taking the time to use us as your apartment locator.
Yeah, no problem. I ran across your TikToks on my For You page today and just had to find out more. Just a little background. My boyfriend and I are moving in together, so we're looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
Currently, we're both in Austin. He's out in Eastview Ranch, like in the Montopolis area, and then I'm at Lamar Union right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love it here, but my rent went up $350. So
yeah, Lamar Union's super nice. It's a great spot, good location, but
yeah,
I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
And, I'm really sad to leave. I got a good deal. I moved in March 2020. So I got a good deal. I locked in last year at a 15-month lease for an even better deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a 20% raise or increase on my rent. So, just a little bummed because this area is ideal for me. I do walk down to the lake. I utilize the shops and stuff downstairs. Shake Shack is like my main thing. But yeah, like I'm very sad to be doing this. I know the 2,000 price range is a little tricky based on the locations.
Right.
But I'm hoping that's a little more stiff on my boyfriend's side for budget, but I'm hoping to have a little bit of leeway.
Right.
Just so that we can get some of the amenities that we want. We do want a pool, gym. We do want to be close enough to downtown, but we don't have to be right in the middle where I'm at right now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Rents are going up for just about everybody citywide. I know some people whose rent went up $450 here recently, and they don't even live downtown. They lived down in South Austin at Alexa and Garza Ranch. So it's just, man, like that's just part of it right now, Alex. I'm sure you see it everywhere. But it's exciting that you guys are looking for a new spot, and I'm happy to help. So I was kind of looking through some of the things that were non-negotiables, and of course you just mentioned some of them. Gym, pool, in-unit washer, dryer. You mentioned top floor unit. That's a non-negotiable?
My boyfriend said that, but ideally, I would say that's an ideal.
Right. If you can get it, wonderful. But if not, then so be it. If
not, if it's got everything else, then we can manage.
Gotcha. And I caught that you said your boyfriend works out kind of in East Austin. I didn't catch where you were working.
I'm remote. We're both actually remote.
Oh, sweet.
So we don't have a commute. We just want to be in the middle of it, just to be in the middle of it.
Yeah, for sure. Just to be in all the action, be close to downtown, all the foods, the restaurant drinks and venues, concerts, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, understandable for sure. It's crazy how you have to jump from one place in Austin to the next, and as you start looking for the next place, they're kind of few and far between. I never thought Austin would grow this fast.
It's wild. So wild. Yeah, I moved here the week of COVID. I've not had a pre-COVID experience for Austin, so it's just been nuts to see it come back alive and then go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd visited in the past, but yeah, it's competitive. And my boyfriend and I were also looking to buy because we were just like, this is ridiculous. Like, if we're going to pay this much in rent, we might as well be buying, you know, paying a mortgage and building equity. But that market is really tough. So we're just hoping to find a good deal that can get enough of our goals accomplished, or, you know, have enough appeal to really make this worthwhile. Yeah,
for sure. And as I'm kind of looking through the application that you submitted, you guys are, like I had texted you, you guys qualify for up to 2,500. But
is that joint? Sorry, would that be like the household income or individual?
Yep. So household income, so combined. So I see here listed as 95,000. Is that just on your end, or is that combined?
That's just on my end. Combined, it would be 160.
Yep. So in Austin, in order to qualify for an apartment, you must make 3 times the monthly rent. So if you guys make above 150, then essentially you can get an apartment for I can't do the quick math right here, but like 3,400, 3,500. So there's a lot of flexibility there, but I understand that you don't want to allocate all that money to rent. Like you do that, and then you don't have extra money to go out and play. You don't have extra money to invest and all those other things that are important, right? So we got to keep it under 2,000. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. So I'm looking at some of the other things that you had mentioned. You talked about being South Congress, Zilker area, possibly Mueller. Have you guys looked at East Austin or South Austin at all?
We have. So my sister lives at Bexley and likes that a lot. I don't think I could live at the same apartment complex as my sister. So that one may be
understandable.
But definitely familiar with South Congress area. Not so familiar with like that area in South First. But East, yes, familiar. Today, just in transparency, I went to go look at the Alexian Springdale.
Yeah, up north.
It's like northeast. It wasn't, the location really did not amaze me. The price was exactly what we're looking for. The size, it's like a brand new unit. So it was appealing, but I just don't know if that location is right.
Yeah. Is it too far northeast for you?
Yeah, it's kind of, it's just kind of, it's not inaccessible to what we want, but it's just not got enough around us. I think that's one thing that I struggle with his apartment and at Eastview Ranch is like, it's in an odd location. There's not a lot of quick food or things to do like nearby, and with my place, it's like anywhere you turn, there's something to do. So just having easier access or just something walkable, in my opinion, would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Are you? Go ahead.
I know that my boyfriend had been interested in the tree apartments on South Congress, or maybe that's South First, but I think those are a little out of our price range. So just that type of vibe would be appealing. Yeah,
the tree's super nice. And they were built actually, I think in 2013, so they're relatively new as well. It's not going to be like Alexian Springdale where you'll be the first person to move into that complex, but it's not like something built in the 80s or 90s, so that definitely helps. But yeah, those apartments go, like the one beds go for like $1,600. So kind of on that note, are you guys open to looking for a one bed if it was a larger square footage?
No.
Okay. It's got to be 2-bedroom.
Yeah. We are moving in together for the first time, and we are very much independent people that want to have our own spaces when...
Yep. Understood. So. No problem. Well, I'm looking at some spots right now that I think might interest you, but I'm not sure. Are you in front of a computer?
I am.
If you don't mind going into Google and typing in Vermont, I'd be curious to see what you think of that spot. And the reason I say that is because it's pretty central still. So it's not too far out there. It's about, I would say, 8 or 9 minutes from downtown. It's close to, I don't know if you or your boyfriend play golf, but it's right there by the Riverside Golf Course.
Gotcha.
It's not super walkable, but it is right by the restaurants and the bars and close enough to downtown and even close enough to the airport where it's kind of like a nice central location. And then they have a 6 weeks free special right now on any vacant units. So, so all that's great, but of course, I want to get your take on it, and that will kind of help give me an idea of what you're going for and what you're not.
Yeah.
So I think the B1 floor plan, I'm not sure if you're on the website yet, but the B1 floor plan is one of the ones that is under $2,000 a month and also has a 6 weeks free, which whenever you prorate that would be like, I think it'd be like $170 to $200 off per month for the next 12 months, which is pretty significant, right? So that would keep you around like $1,800.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing that this is right by the Monroe, and the Monroe is something that we had looked at and we had not visited, but we had looked at online, and we're like, oh, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But the reviews were horrible, and I was like, I can't do that. So this location is actually okay for what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We had discussed that, and it is pretty close to where my boyfriend lives right now, so it's not too out of what we're looking for.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and the reviews, they fall real close to 4 stars. It's not often you find places that are 4.5 and above. I would definitely not recommend going below anything less than 3.5. So 3.9 is where it sits. It's decent, right? Like, could be better, but it's decent. So we'll think about it. But as far as like the pool and the amenities, the gym, all that, does it look up to date enough for what you're hoping to get?
Yeah. I will say I'm not like amazed by it, but
for sure.
I think it's definitely doable. It's definitely not ugly. It's definitely updated enough, and for the price range, like definitely doable.
Okay, cool. Well,
not
then
too far off from what I just looked at the Springdale Alexian. So
yeah, and the only reason I'm saying this one was because of the price, and also because it's not as far out as Alexian Springdale is. It's a little bit more central. Here's another one, Aurora on Lamar, and they're offering 1 month free right now. I like to try to stick to the ones with specials just because it sweetens the deal a little bit for you. But this one is off of North Lamar. It has a little bit more walkability than the Mont does as far as what's around it. Let me know what you think of that one.
Maybe I'm not spelling it right, but it's not coming up.
Yeah, it's Aura.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
On Lamar, yeah. And this is a brand new build. The stars aren't super high, and the reason for that is because whenever the apartment complex was first built, there was a lot of issues with the lighting in the units and the electricity and the heating and all that, just because it was brand new. And obviously that doesn't go well with tenants who are excited to be in a spot and then they kind of get let down. But as far as price, it's a little bit higher than what you guys would like to pay. I'm just thinking with that 4 weeks free, that full month free, it might be getting a little bit closer to the 2,000.
Yeah, I'm seeing 24, so it'd probably be like high 22s.
Yeah, with utilities and all, it would be closer to that.
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where.
And when it comes to the budget, like, you guys make enough to spend a lot more. Ideally, we want to keep it lower, like we've talked about earlier on the call. But
yeah.
Is there any flexibility there?
It would, for me, yes.
Gotcha.
For me, yes. For him, it would, I could sell him on it, you know?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. And we're splitting it based on income, so
yeah.
No. We'll see, but
how much is he paying right now? Do you mind me asking?
No, he's paying around $1,100 for a 600 square foot 1-bedroom.
Gotcha.
At Eastview, and it was a part of a deal, like a move-in special, so that unit is actually $1,300.
Yep. So essentially, and you're paying right now how much, Alex?
$1,850.
Is that with the increase, or is that not including it?
No, the increase was going to bring it up to $2,093.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So essentially, if we found a spot that was like, say, $2,500 and less, he would still be paying less than what he would be paying with not having the special, and you'd be paying significantly less than what you're currently paying and what you would be paying with the increase.
Yeah. I would love to split this up to where we have options within the goal budget, and then options are more expensive, but we show what we get for the money.
Absolutely. We can do that. I just want to make sure, I just want to set some sort of clear expectation that the ones that are under 2,000 will, I don't know how to say this, but like will not be nearly as nice as the ones that are, 2,500 or so. I'm sure you kind of get where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I do. And like, obviously I'm just I'm lacking a better way to describe this, but obviously he and I have different priorities when it comes to like living arrangements, which is why we're in the situation that we are. But I know that to him, making sure that this is an appealing place to live is going to be really important. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like there's some wiggle room.
Yeah, for sure. Have you guys looked at the South Shore district at all? I know you mentioned you like to be outdoors, you like the nightlife and all that. There is an apartment complex. I'm pretty sure it's actually called South Shore District. And I'm pretty sure the prices are decent. Mm-hmm. If you want to look at that one real fast, also.
Yeah, I feel like in my own research I've seen these because it is appealing that it's like on the
water.
Yeah, because that's the trail that I walk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's looking like these are a little bit more.
Are they?
I'm seeing around like 26 to start.
Gotcha. And I'm kind of spitballing stuff over here. Obviously,
I know, for sure.
I haven't put everything, in my apartment software where it populates, and I'm able to find you some options that fit within the budget and the criteria and all. But just wanted to kind of get a feel for what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think for me also, like, I'd love to have an elevator if possible.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm looking at this Aurora, mm-hmm. And I really like it.
Yeah?
I think it's, let me see if I remember what these prices were. And you said that they were doing is that correct?
Yeah, they sure are. They're doing a special right now where it's 1 month free, 100% off the first month's rent.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested because it says that there's some call for details, like with the apartments that have less square feet. Mm-hmm. I'd be interested in looking at those or more information about that, especially with the 4 weeks off, I think that could come to a reasonable price.
Right.
I'm not familiar entirely with this location on North Lamar, but it seems like there's quite a bit around there.
Yeah, North Lamar is close to the Triangle, and the Triangle is another great spot where I've sent some clients to. And a lot of people like moving there just because, one, it's close to, well, for students, it's close to some of the north side of the campus. Just they're able to hop on one of the buses to get to class. But for young adults and people in their 30s and 40s, it's just a good area because there's a lot of nightlife and a good bar scene where you can go out and get drinks, grab some food, and just hang out, relax, things of that nature.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm definitely interested. And then also when I was looking to move to Austin, one of the places that I was debating between Lamar Union and it was Omley South Shore.
Yep. Yeah,
so if there's any specials there, I still think it's a good apartment complex.
Yeah, so the apartment complex that I just mentioned a second ago, South Shore District, that's right across the street from Omley South Shore. So there's a cluster of apartments all in that area, and it's called the South Shore District. And there's Omley South Shore, there's Lakeshore Pearl, there's Azul on the Lake, there's South Shore District, like the actual name of the area is the name of the complex too. But Omley South Shore is great. I sent a client there late last year, but the rents are a little bit high. And being mindful of your price range, I don't know if that would fit in there, to be completely honest.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that was it was like $1,600 whenever I was debating on moving in. So I'm sure it's gone up quite a bit, especially as the Riverside area has been more and more popularized. Yeah,
his was $1,979 for a 1-bed, 1-bath.
Wow.
I know. Wow. And it's probably going to keep going up. Like, that's how it is right now.
I know, and that's also a factor into what we're concerned about because May is obviously, like, pretty far away.
Mm-hmm.
That's a stressor for me is, like, some of these places that when we put in our move-in dates, they go up. I've seen it even go up like $1,000.
Yeah.
So one of the things that was appealing to me about the Springdale apartment that I just checked out was they're pre-leasing, so I could lock in at today's rate and move in May.
Yeah.
I don't know how common that is. I don't know how easy that is. Because I've not done this before, but yeah, that's a huge concern for me is how many days we have between move-in and what the prices will go up to.
Yeah, and I don't see it fluctuating too much. Of course, I don't want to overpromise and then underdeliver on that. You know, you take my word and then it goes up $300 and then I'm the one that gets blamed for it. But usually the busiest and times of the year where the prices spike are around January, like December, January, because that's when people are looking for stuff actively. You know, people starting new jobs, they got to move to Austin from wherever they're currently at because they want to start at the beginning of the new year. And then also in like July and August, because that's when school ends and people are moving away and getting new jobs right after their classes end. But also, you know, families, the kids' school ends and then the parents end up going and finding a new place after the school year because they don't want to misplace their children during the middle of the school year, right? So usually that's when prices go up. So I think you're sitting okay, but you're right. As we get closer to May, things are going to start going up again. So if I was in your shoes, I would really try my best to try to find something by April. But I don't know how flexible you guys are either. Tell me a little bit about that. If you guys did find something here within the next couple weeks and you absolutely loved it, but the move-in date was for an immediate move-in and you guys aren't looking to leave your lease for another 6 weeks or 8 weeks, what would that look like for y'all?
I mean, I've thought about this. I've just not come to like a solid
decision.
If it was like, if it was like a great deal, I just want to net out making a right decision. Like,
right.
If I'm going to be paying a month and a half of extra rent, then I have to be like, well, what am I even, doing?
Yeah.
Paying because I got to pay to move all my shit. And so I'm just like wanting to make sure I net out at a profit.
Right.
Where this makes sense. So I really don't think that for me personally, I could pay to move and then pay an extra month and be okay.
And here's something to think about too. So with Alexa Springdale, and by the way, I work with Alexa Springdale pretty often, so I can definitely help you with that if you'd like me to. But they have a 4-week free special. Yes. So the beauty is, if you wanted to lock something in for, say they didn't have anything in May, and they only had April, if you locked it in then, at least you're getting that entire month free before you move in May. So that takes away some of the stress.
Yeah, definitely. And the 4 weeks free is very enticing. And if that is let's say we find a different apartment complex that's running the same or similar special, that would be doable.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So and that was part of, there's so many things like monetary advantages to the Springdale, but I'm just like, damn, I don't know.
Yeah.
If that is really where I want to be, and I don't know, maybe I sound spoiled, but I just don't want to be that far away from everybody.
No, I know. And what it sounds like to me is a conversation needs to be had with your boyfriend, and you guys need to weigh the pros and cons with price and location. And maybe that's where we start. With higher price comes better location. With lower price comes not as good of a location, and that's just the reality of it right now. Do you think that it would be best to talk to him and then get back to me within like a day or two to kind of come to a consensus of what we want to focus on?
Yeah. I mean, and what's frustrating is we have had these conversations. It's just clearly, we clearly have different priorities sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just easiest to hop on a call with someone like myself, an apartment locator who just kind of knows the market a little bit better, to talk through it. And that just gives you some information and something tangible to bring back to your boyfriend whenever you're having the conversation based off of what we've discussed, So I think that it would be good to talk to him about really what you guys are trying to get out of this next move and living together. And once you come to an agreement, that's when we can touch base again and then start running through all the different options that I have. And I wish I could, turn my, I can send a video, but I have a software that I'm looking at right now, and it has, 600 different complexes. So it's just a matter of what you guys are looking for, the location you want to be, the price you want to be at. And then from there, it's real easy for me to send over a list of a couple different places that we can look at and then go and tour. Yeah,
and thinking through this, I would love if you could just send over a few examples at the price range, within the 2,000, 2,100 price range.
Yep.
And looking at that 2,500 price range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so I can have some concrete, examples to show him, okay, if this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to get. If this is what we want to do, this is what we're going to get. So. Yep.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah, he's been we also do investment properties and vacation rentals, so
very cool.
I'm kind of taking over this process while he's busy elsewhere, but I just love to have some concrete examples to put in front of him so that we can move quicker and get better alignment on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll send over 3 or 4 options in the 2,000 price range, and then I'll send over 3 or 4 options in the 2,500 price range to just give you guys an idea of what everything's going for, and what they look like at that price and where they're located. The market's just really competitive, and you guys know that, being in the real estate world yourself. So the best thing I can do is just keep you guys informed and just kind of help you through the process up until we find a place that's just perfect for y'all.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Do you need my email to send this through? Do you prefer to communicate over text? What's better for you?
I'm flexible. What works best for you?
Probably text.
Okay. All right, cool. Because text works better for me too.
Perfect.
But cool. I'll send over some stuff right now. And then as we start working through the list, all I will say is things are going fast. So if you guys want to get a tour set up, just reach out to me. So I can contact the property managers and the leasing agents and the leasing team so that we can get some tours set up and check out the properties before stuff goes. So let's do it. Let's rock and roll. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me a text or give me a call.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. We'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Alex.
Appreciate it.
Bye. All right. I'll be honest. I was pretty nervous at the beginning of that call, and that's why I was kind of rambling, just making a lot of small talk. I didn't really go through the steps that I usually go through with the questions of, you know, how big square footage do you want your unit to be? Do you have any pets? Do you want hardwood floors? Do you want carpet? Do you want a balcony? Do you want floor-to-ceiling windows? Do you want to have a washer, dryer in unit, a pool, a gym? And I guess part of the reason I didn't ask a lot of that stuff was because I had already seen a lot of that in her application that she sent to me. And to give you guys a little background information, she found us on TikTok, and then she went to our Instagram, and on Instagram she filled out a type form, and that type form uploaded to the website that showed exactly what criteria she was hoping to receive. So that's part of the reason I didn't ask a lot of those questions, in addition to just being kind of nervous because I knew you guys were all going to be listening to me in action. Anyway, the conversation went pretty well. I think the biggest thing is just building rapport with this the client, being really friendly, being really nice. That's really all it took. Like I didn't throw out a whole bunch of information or special statistics or whatever to show them, hey, I'm an expert. I was just super nice, super friendly, and did my best to listen and not talk too much. I know I did ramble a bunch, and usually I ask more questions than I talk, so that wasn't the best example there. But that kind of gives you an idea of what that initial call looks like. And now it's just a matter of going in here and sending over a couple different options. Whenever I send those options over, I'll follow up again via text like a day or two later. Hopefully I don't have to. Hopefully the client just responds and says, hey, we love these, or hey, we hate these, so that we can start setting up tours. But if they don't respond right away, I'll follow up. I'll say, hey, what'd you think? They tell me what they thought, and then we go from there. Whether that means finding more complexes within the $2,000 price range, or finding some that are closer to $2,500 for a 2-bed, 2-bath, as you guys heard from the phone call. So that's kind of how it goes. Hopefully this call gives you a better idea of how to talk to clients on the phone. I haven't talked to Alex prior. Everything that we talked about was through text. Leading up to this call, it was like, hey, I got your request on type form. Thanks so much for reaching out. When's a good time to hop on a call? And that was it. She told me, hey, I'm free in 20 minutes. So I ran and I grabbed my sister's phone, and I'm recording off of my phone and got this locked in for y'all so that I could hopefully provide some value and some information. Like always, guys, if y'all have any questions or anything that I can help do to clarify the process, don't hesitate to comment down below. or you can shoot me a text at 512-584-7225. Anyway, guys, this was a live call talking to a client in relation to apartment locating. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and or subscribe, or both. But anyway, thanks y'all. Hope y'all are having an awesome day, and we'll see you soon. Peace.